it's Tanya with Red Cardinal Crafts, and today I'm going to do a video about getting ready for a craft show. Now, I've never done a craft show. I'm going to bring you along on this journey all the way to the end, till the day I do the craft sale, and tell you how I did, whether it was a success or a giant flop. The show is December 1st, and today's actually October 1st, so I have 2 months to try to get ready for this thing. I'm nervous to do this. I sell stuff online, but I've never done it in person. So we're gonna see how this goes. I started some of this last week, and this morning I thought, you know what? I would love to have a video out there of somebody going through the whole stages of it. I've seen people where they're at the craft show and they show the setup and everything, but I want to see the process, and I thought you guys might want to see that as well. The very first thing I did last week, and maybe it's the last thing you're supposed to do, is I designed my little table. So the space I'm going to have is 6 feet by 10 feet. I don't know which is which. I assume I have 6 feet width, and then that wouldn't make sense, would it? I think I have a 6-foot folding table. I know I have the table. I think it's 6 feet wide. So I designed my table around that. What I'm going to do is get the table and set it up in my garage and do like a mock setup. So as I get things ready, I will set it up at the table and I'll kind of show you what I'm doing. The reason I did the table design first was I wanted to see what it was going to look like, and then that would kind of determine what I was going to sell, how I was going to display it. The design I came up with is taupe and black and white, and that is because, as you probably know my products, a lot of my stuff is in black, like it's outlined in black. I use a lot of white. My business cards, I just got them last week. Those are white, and then with the pop of red. So I don't really want to use any other red in my display. I want the cardinal to really stand out. I ordered a banner, and I have that at the back. I'll just show you the drawing that I worked on. So you can see I have the table there in taupe, and I have a backdrop behind me. So I was trying to figure out how to do the backdrop, and I was going to get a garment rack, and we have one that falls apart all the time, so I'm like, I don't really want to trust that. I went onto YouTube, and there was a guy doing a kind of review and showing you how to set up one of those photo backdrops. It's only $30 and something on Amazon. Now, the way I'm raising money for that, I do surveys. Now I have the Survey Monkey. It's a great little app. Today I went on, there was a survey for 25 cents. That's usually how much they are, 25, and if you stick around and leave it for a second, another 35-cent survey will pop up. And they're just about products, how you feel about certain products, how you feel about certain things and topics. And then the other one I do is it just says on go in a little green box. I don't know if you can see this, camera's awful. On go surveys. I have about $8.95 so far that I've raised in there, and I've got about $13.50 on the other one. So I'm around $22, $23 something dollars. And what you do at the end is redeem them onto Amazon, and you get a gift card. So I'm going to leave my stuff in my cart until I get the free money from that, and I'm going to buy it that way. I think the items I'm going to sell some stickers, some pins that I'm going to teach myself how to make this afternoon. I bought the supplies the other day. I'm going to do some of my mini watercolor paintings. And the way I package my watercolor paintings, they have the pastel papers behind them, or whatever color kind of goes with the painting. I might take those papers out. It seems like a hassle, but I think I might take the papers out and back them with black paper, because it'll go with the theme. Because I don't want everything black and white and taupe and then blah, pastels. I'm going to sell my storybook paper play sets. The way I'm going to do that is I'm just going to have them packaged in a little bag. I've made some tags that are going to go on there. So again, my tags, that brings in the taupe aspect of things, because a lot of my stuff I do package with these brown cards that I make. And the way I did it was I put my little name on there with my cardinal. I can't tell if this camera is blurry or not, but anyway, so my cardinal, what I did was I carved it out of some stamp making material. So I carved him out and I stuck it to one of my acrylic stamps, so when I stamp I can see what I'm doing. I've made little freebies. They're not going to stay in this dish. I'm going to make a little box for them to go in. And they're just the little friendship pins. Remember friendship pins? We used to wear them on our sneakers in the 80s. So I'm going to make those for kids. If any kids come up to my table, they can have that. And again, now that I know what I'm selling, I'll know how I want it displayed and how it's going to look on my table. So the other thing I need to get is backdrop material and containers for things to go in. Oh, and some pegboard. I'm just researching today. I'm not buying anything today. I don't want to go buy a whole bunch of things and then not end up doing this craft sale, but I'm telling myself I'm doing it. But anyway, so here's the start of the journey. Let's go sell some crafts. Okay, so there's a lot of good options here, and everything's like 50% off, which just means that it's overpriced to begin with. And then they put it all down. So this is kind of cool, because I could put my mini paintings on one side and then like stickers and stuff on the other. But this thing is really cool, the fact that it spins. So what I need to do is call my sister. Okay, so now I found this. It's like just black. It's $4.99 and 30% off. And then this, so maybe that would go more with the cloth thing that I'm doing, or the tinier one, maybe the tiny check, because these are only $4.99 a yard. Because I think maybe the white is too bright. I don't know. Now when it comes to the Christmas greenery, if only they had some selection. There's a few things to choose from. Okay, well the decision's getting easier because some of them are $80. I need to find the cheap section. I wasn't even gonna do garland. I was gonna do, it's flame retardant. It's $9.99 and then 40% off. I could do that, but I want more wispy stuff. Just need like sprigs, you know what I mean? Sort of, but no. That's $5. But you know what I mean? Like just a couple of those to go across the thing. Okay, so I have some ideas, but I'm not gonna buy anything just yet. But this is the place to come, for sure. Just out in the garage, I brought the table in and I put the tablecloth on. The tablecloth I got at Value Village and it works perfectly. Let me just flip you around. So I've pulled it forward, not so that it's dragging on the ground, and it comes down on the sides about that much, and then it's totally open in the back. Like it only comes down that far, which I think I would clip somehow in the corner so it doesn't move. But I think once I got everything on the table, it would be heavy enough anyway. At Value Village, I got these, well, they're book holder display things. They're from World Market. I saw them at Michael's today for $5.99, and they were at Hobby Lobby for $4.99. And I got them for $1.49 each. So I got 3 of them. Wait, what am I doing? There we go. And then I got treat bags. They were $2.99. I got those at Hobby Lobby. There's 100 of them. Those are for my, whatchamajings, what are they called? The paper play sets to go in. So there's 100 of those. Then I got these at Michael's. I got 8 of them all together. And those are for little signs. I have my bulldog clips, I have my rope, and I have clothespins. So I got this at Value Village today too. Now it's gonna sit like that. It had this little ring thing at the top that I didn't really like. I got this for $2.99, but what I'm gonna do is use this little sign and do that, and then I'll put my little sign there, and then I can pin stuff. So this can go back pretty far. So it can go in the back corner of my table, and I still have all this space, which makes me a little nervous. It's like, oh my god, I have to fill up this full space with stuff. So maybe that doesn't go back so far. The front of the table, I'm going to do the black cloth triangles and whatever material I end up going with. I have a Pampered Chef baking rack, and that can stand up and I can hold things on here. My pins are just drying as we speak. How cute are those? I did my Brady Bunch thing. I just have to keep checking these because they keep getting little air bubbles, and I don't want the air bubbles in them when they totally dry. Okay, I have my jigsaw set up here, and I've got 2 cuts. So it's going to be 2 pieces that are 17 inches wide. and then I'll just hinge those in the middle. So let's do this. Okay, so now I've got two pieces that I can hinge. Just prop you up on the recycling bin. So I can hinge these and they can stand. So those can go there. Or at the other end of the table, whichever. I'll get some of these. Just gotta be gentle because this is just barely holding itself. Boom! Okay, guys, so it's the next day. I just brought in the garbage cans and I have the door open and it's bright in here, so I thought I'd show you a little bit more of my table. So I've put this down on the front, so it's just a rope. All I've done is pinned it to my table. I think I would actually safety pin it in underneath there. And then I have my old-fashioned clothespins, so I'll get the little strips of material. And then up on my table, I have my baker's rack, like my cooling rack. And I just wrote on my sign there, pins, and then I have them just with a little S hook. And I have some duplicates there, so I have some hanging up there so far. I have more drying, and then I think I'll do some more over here. This is just holding all my supplies right now, but that's gonna be the bin that I put my watercolor paintings in, I think. This is an old tray that I got at Value Village the other day for like $4.99. I just thought it was really cute, and this comes inside of it, but I think what I'll do is I'll take it out and just put stickers in there. I'll kind of glue this down so it doesn't poke anybody, or I'll just turn it that way, maybe that's better. And then I brought out the egg carton. This is one of my older pins, the ones that I did with the clear stuff that didn't really work, but I could put some stuff in here too. So I don't know, I just keep bringing out things that I think would work. I have these wicker trees that we have for decorations in the house, and I just thought it kind of went with everything. So yeah, so that's it so far. Today is October 3rd. Today I'm in downtown Issaquah. I'm taking some photos of the area. This is the main street here in Issaquah, and there's a couple classic buildings like these, like this gas station, the theater, stuff like that. So I thought I would take some photos, and then I'm gonna do some urban sketches of those. It's kind of cheating because I'm gonna be going off photographs, but I figured I would take my own photographs. I have my Nikon D80 camera that I've had for years, and it's a good camera, so I thought I would get some photos and then head home and do some painting. I'm very happy because my backdrop staging thing arrived just a little while ago. It's pretty good quality. For 30 bucks, it's not that bad. It's a little plasticky, I do have to say. These little handle things are really kind of wimpy plastic. You could see those breaking easily. But it's, you know, for what it is, it's actually okay. You get two of these bars that are meant to hook on to the top there. And then those two can join, like they have the little spring action thing here. So those two can join together. So that is like a 6 foot size, 5 foot size, not really sure. And then you get two other poles. So you can extend that to about like 10 feet or so. It also came in this bag. It's Limo Studio. It's all right. It has pockets in it that you put the poles in, and the 4 poles go in the center here, and then the legs, like these things, shrink down, and those go in the other 2 pockets. So it's actually okay. It Velcros closed. There's a little Velcro thing for the handle too. You know, it's not amazing quality, but it's 30 bucks. I've been doing surveys online. I've been doing those since the beginning of September, and we're now almost near the end of October. And I did the surveys for every day for weeks. And I saved and saved and saved, traded in for an Amazon gift card, and I ended up paying 91 cents for this whole thing. So I'm quite proud of myself. I could have got it for free, but I was getting impatient, and I was like, I just want to buy the thing. This is my banner from Vistaprint. And let's see, I'm always nervous that it's going to be blurry. Oh, it's so nice. Oh, check it out. Oh my God, it's perfect. My alarm's going off. Oh, it turned out so nice. There was a warning when I ordered it, and it said it may be blurry, so I took a larger image of it. I blew it up a little bit bigger. The only thing I don't like that Vistaprint does is they put the little UPC code on it. Oh, it turned out so nice. REDCARDINALCRAFTS. Oh, it's so pretty. I'm so happy with my logo. Just the simplicity of it and how it has a little heart in the middle. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, so today I'm making a banner for the front of my table. So I got some striped fabric and some black fabric, and I just used my banner punch board just to kind of get a rough idea what size the banner should be. It didn't cut through it, but it just gave me a rough outline, and that made the striped size. And then I just went a little bit bigger to make the black one. I've glued the striped material onto the black one, and I sewed it with the sewing machine. And then what I'm going to do with the top, I'm just going to fold that over and make like a little pocket for the rope to go through, and then it'll still have the edge along the top. And then this is my banner set up so far. I got the banner from Vistaprint. It's doing this, and I know there's probably a million solutions out there, but what I want to get is like a banner, what do they call it? A banner stability rod, or it'll just go along the bottom and it'll hold it still and kind of weight it down a little bit. I bought the giant clothespins at Joann's, so I'm going to buy a black cloth to go in behind here. It's really great. I like it. For what I'm going to use it for, and probably however many times I'm going to use it, I think it's going to last. Okay, so here is the banner on my table. So what I did was I have a little bow here with the string, and I actually stitched the knot together. I stitched the banner right here and right here, just so it's fused together so it doesn't slip down the rope. And then the clothespins are just placed on it, just kind of decorative. This morning I just received my backdrop in the mail. It's by Mount Dog, and the one I got is just a 6 foot by 9 foot, I believe. So it didn't come with a rod pocket, and I knew that. That's why I bought it, because I just wanted the plain piece of fabric, and I knew if I bought fabric I was going to have to stitch it down the middle, and I didn't want that. I wanted it to be plain. So I am going to iron it. I'm not going to bother washing it because I don't want to kill this thing, because it was only like $14 and I don't want to destroy it. And there's really no need to wash it. The material's pretty thin. If you do put it in front of light, it is quite see-through, but it should be okay for what I'm going to do with it. So I took strips of material that I had left over from when I did the banner, and I just have to stitch along the edges. I did glue the pieces together, but what I did was I made 10 of those, and I've just evenly spaced them along the top. And then what I'm going to do is just stitch them to the top along here somehow, and then that's how I'm going to tie it to the top of my rail there. Here's my backdrop. I sewed all the things to the top, and then I just let the other ones hang down behind because I don't want to take away from the poster. You can see the light coming through. So it is pretty thin, but I mean, for what it's supposed to do, like, I think it's fine. I did iron it, and I put the setting on just like a silk or a nylon, and it turned out pretty good. I moved my craft table into the living room because the garage is getting cold, just the time of year. And this is how I have it set up right now. You can see how thin the backdrop is. You can see right through it. Anyway, this is my banner. I have my little Seattle thing set up here. These are little pop-up cities that I designed, and they fold flat. So I have those in my little bucket here. Not sure the price. I'm thinking $20 or 25. I'm not sure. So I haven't put the price on that yet. I have my pins there and then my paintings, and I've been making some of these little Christmas circle ornaments. And then I have my pins here. Those say $5. My play sets are going to be 10, and I can probably get 3 comfortably on a peg. I have 3 of the Beauty and the Beast over here, and I think 3 is good. It makes it look nice and full. So I've got to fill the other ones up. Then I have a couple more paintings here. And then in the buckets, I want to put little Christmas trees that I have. And then I think what I might do is stand a little Christmas tree. I have a little one from IKEA. It's about 4 or 5 feet tall. So I think I might do some of these ornaments on there and sell those as well. So it's coming together. Yeah, I like it because it's like right here across from my craft room, and I can just like come back and forth and set things up. I had to leave it pulled out a little bit because I'm still working on the printer back there. So the backdrop is a little off center. But yeah, it's really thin here through the day. So I might get another piece of material. What I could really honestly do is just get a black bed sheet and stitch it to that one. Just to make it a little bit darker, which I probably could have just done a bed sheet from the get-go, but anyway. I've been cutting out so many things on my Scan and Cut that I have created holes in it, and those suckers are like 20 bucks. So, I've got to go pick up another one of those. All right. I will get back to gluing some more of these round Christmas ornaments in the meantime until I can go out and go get one of my mats. I am still gluing and pasting, and I'm making my little storybook playsets. This is the Wizard of Oz. I just designed this one the other day. Here I have some finished ones. My backdrop is so see-through. It's making me crazy, and I'm trying to think what I should do about that. I think what I'm going to do is just finish gluing these. I do want to design another one of these little boxes. I want to do Frozen and do that, and I have those boxes set aside. I have those all ready to go. My Seattle things are all done. I got those all finished, my little pop-up cities. I have my Seattle things here in this crate. It's a Harry and David crate. They're from, it's from Oregon. And I wanted another one to put some watercolor paintings in, so I got another one for free. I went on Facebook. There's a site called Buy Nothing in our neighborhood. And I went on and I just put it out there. I took a picture of the crate that I have, and I said, does anyone happen to have one of these? A lady had one, gave it to me for free. So I just have my Christmas tree ornaments in it for now, but I am going to put paintings. I have a couple paintings here in frames of things in the area. That was the gas station that I had showed you guys that day. I have Gilman Village. I have the local library. I have the XXX root beer place. I need to make some more pins. I bought a Christmas stocking the other day and put a couple of my thingies in there, the play sets. And then I have the play sets hanging on here. And then what I did was I put a binder that's going to sit on my table of the storybook paper play sets. And then it shows what each set contains. My egg carton is there, and that's holding these little pop-up cards that I had designed for my cardinal crates that I did. These are the little friendship pins and a little fabric basket. What I just did was, the backdrop is driving me crazy, so I just went down to Fred Meyer and I bought a twin flat sheet for $7.99. This is what I should have done in the first place instead of messing with that. And then I had these out in the garage that I had, oh my gosh, many years ago, little clips with the rings. So I'm going to put these up in behind there. So in order to do this, I pulled the table out so I could get back here, and I just lowered the bars down, and that's how I'm going to set this up the day I'm there, because I'm probably going to be doing this by myself. So I'm going to lower everything, get it all set up, put my banner on and everything, and then I will just raise up the poles on the sides. That works so much better, because you saw how like 20 minutes ago that was so see-through. I'm really happy with that. What I'm not happy about is that I had spent the $15 on the backdrop in the first place when I could have just got 2 sets of sheets for a total of $15. I have no idea what's going to sell, and that's the tricky part about this. Scott and the kids seem to think that my paintings are going to do well. Yeah, I have no idea. No clue. The sun is finally out, and you can see my table a little bit better. I just got a package yesterday. It came in this long tube, and what it is are 2 of these things, and it's working great to hold my banner nice and straight at the bottom. And it came with 2 through Amazon. You can use it on the top to hang them, but I'm just gonna stick with my clothespins. I really like that look. I had this, like, I think the very first day I had my table set up, and I had got it at Value Village, so I decided to hang some little paintings on it, and I just have some baker's twine and little mini clothespins. Clothespins are kind of a theme I have going on here. And I just hung some little paintings on there. So I thought that was pretty cool. And I'll show you what I got at Value Village the other week. It's this little easel, and I love this thing. It is adorable. It's in a position right now that I don't want to take it out of because I'm working at that angle, and I really like it. But this part comes out, and you can flip it around. So if you have like a taller painting going on there, you can have that. But then if you're, you know, traveling around with it, this can lay like nice and flush when you close it up. So that's really cool. And then it has these 2 little spring action little hooks here, and there's 2 drawers. It is adorable. I love this. So I think what I'm going to do, in the top here, the drawers are a little shallow, so that fits my brushes and my watercolor paper. In here, it fits my large watercolor palette. And I think what I'm going to do is bring that with me the day of my show. And I think I might do some painting, like, while I'm sitting at the table. So I thought maybe I could, like, clear off this corner and just kind of scooch everything that way a little bit. And then I can work on some paintings like while people are walking by. So I saw that little easel and I just had to have it. I have another one, the Daler and Rowney one. I don't know how to say that name properly. But I have that one, but I like this one in the little case. Everything's contained. I'm going to have everything in the box that I need. Hey guys, I just went down to Michael's. They're having a sale today on their Recollections paper. This is the paper that I buy. It's a 65 pound, 8.5 by 11 paper. You get 50 sheets per pack, and it's on sale. The paper is normally $4.99, and it was down to $2.50. So I bought 4 packs of the craft color and 4 packs of the black. So I have my paper. I feel better about that now. I have my little easel still set up here on my desk, and I've been having fun with that. And I have these craft bags, and they're paper bags that I got from Daiso, the Japanese dollar store. And what I did was I took my little stamp and I stamped my cardinal on them and then wrote Red Cardinal Crafts. So they're really nice. As I took them out of the package and stamped them all, I put my business card in each one. Also threw this in my bag just to have, it's a little chalkboard easel corkboard sign, so I might use that for something. I got more of these chalkboard clothespins signs recently. They're 2 for $1.50 at Michael's. This is the marker that I use for those. It's the Faber-Castell Pitt Artist Pen, great big marker. I've written on these with that marker, and I've screwed it up and I've wet it and wiped it off, and it comes completely off, and then you can rewrite it again. I have my registration for my craft table in this bag in case I get there that day and people are like, we don't see you registered. I bought this probably about a month ago now. It's a little waste bag, and this is what I'm going to keep my money in, so that'll be on me. The other thing I did was, you see my cardinal banner from Vistaprint. So they had a sale on, and I think they were down to, I missed the $5 sale, that was stunned. But there was a day that they had them on for like, I think $7.99 or something instead of $13 something. And I said to Kerrigan, I said, should I get an extra banner in case my other one gets messed up at some point? And she said, no, what you should do is get a different banner. So this is my business card with the Red Cardinal Crafts, and on the back I have my little cartoon me on the back. So she said get one with that likeness on it. So I did, and I used my same handwriting that I did for my Red Cardinal Crafts, and this is my second banner. How cute is that? I thought that was really smart of her to suggest, because she said I could use the Red Cardinal Crafts if I'm doing a craft show, and I can use this one, the Tanya Dawn Richards, if I'm doing an art show. And it's all just paintings and sketches and stuff, so I thought that was really smart. She gets her brilliance from her mother. Remember I was saying that they had the UPC code on the side and it was driving me crazy? I just used liquid paper. Remember in the old days we had liquid paper? They just have correction tape little runners. So I borrowed Kerrigan's the other day and I went over both banners and covered that up, and it worked out really well. I just finished the rest of my frozen boxes, so that's all done. I'm done with my little boxes, although I still hear my sister's voice in my head saying that I should do the Grinch. Hey, we'll see. The other thing I bought was this little craft notebook, and it just says plain paper. I think it's actually a sketchbook, but what I did was I stamped my logo on the front, and what I've done is written out my list of everything that I need to bring with me just so I can keep track. Then I've written down what the name of this craft show is and the date. And then what I'm going to do is do like a little inventory list and write down, like if I have the Seattle things, okay, I have 12 of those, and then check off whenever I make a sale and check off how many I've sold. I bought a couple of these baskets at Value Village. They're really cute. They're $1.99 each. So I have my paintings in there for now. Other thing I bought, I got these yesterday at Target. They're little push pins. They're little round balls, and I just dropped them. And I thought those would be cute for here, so I've just tested one so far. I just had mismatched tacks, and well, we can't have that. I just have to stop buying things, because what I did today was with the video that you've just watched, you've seen that I've been adding up the total of all the stuff that I've bought. Well, you've seen it all through the video. I just did it today and went back in the video to do that. I had kept all my receipts. I have them all in here. I have 3 more that I found on my desk today. I also bought a luggage, like a what do you call it? Luggage cart thing for my table. And then I had also bought a set of my black paper before I went and got the paper on sale. That total that day was $5.49. I did buy one more thing because I'm going to make some stickers, but I had some money saved up again on my survey thing. So I only ended up paying like $2.83 or something for that on Amazon. I wanted it here today, but I was like, no, I'm not paying $5.99 for shipping. So I did free shipping, and that'll be here in a couple days. But yeah, this is added up. The other thing I haven't added yet is my table fee, which is $100. Yeah. So I'm in $400 and some at this point. I haven't even had the show yet, and I don't even know if I'm going to sell anything, and I'm starting to panic. I'm getting really nervous. And especially now that I added up what I've spent. The thing with that is, I wanted to have a nice display. This is going to be at the school where I work, and I don't want it to look like a yard sale table. I wanted it to look nice, and I hope it does. If I was to do this again, I now have my backdrop. I have my backdrop stand. I have my banner and my tablecloth and all the crates and stuff that I want to use. That's all part of it. I mean, I'm trying to make it look nice. I'm sure I could have done it cheaper. Maybe I could have gone without the banner in the front and spent money on that material. I could have used a tablecloth we had here around the house. I just wanted it to be a cohesive looking display. And I think I've accomplished that. I hope I've accomplished that. The other thing I did that was wrong with my products, I think, were the pins. I spent a lot of money on the supplies for those. I should have just stuck to paper and glue. It's hard to know what's going to sell, what's not, and I was a little oblivious as to what I was spending over the past few weeks. I think what I'm going to do now, you get an idea of what the table looks like. The next time you're going to see that is actually on the first when I have it set up. I'm going to start boxing my stuff up and get it out of the living room. And mostly because in a few weeks we have to put a Christmas tree in there. So I got the Cricut printable vinyl, and it's in narrow sheets. It is 8.5 by 11, white printable vinyl, and you get 10 sheets. So I'm going to play with this another day, not today. I'm working on these, the tri-shutter cards. I do a tutorial on my channel on how to make these. Woo! I went out to the dollar store to get some bigger paper bags to put my frames in, and I got to the dollar store and there was only one. Then I went to Walmart and I found them there, and it was a pack of 5, but it was like $5. No, $5.98. It was $6. And as I was in the store, I looked on Amazon, and you can get like 50 bags for $17. I'm also trying to do another app. It's called Shopkick, and you can go into stores and just scan products. So while I was in Walmart, I was scanning some items, and you get points. So far, I've saved enough for a $5 gift card, but I'm going to keep going. And the gift cards are like for Nike or Walmart or Target, Amazon. There's a whole bunch of Apple gift cards with that app. So I'm trying to save, and I'm going to get the set of bags because it'll be cheaper. Because even if I do find these at a dollar store, I need like 20 of them, so it's still going to add up to be about $22. So I can get more than double that if I do it through Amazon. What else? Oh, I needed new blades for my trimmer. I gave up on my big guillotine trimmer. I used to use that a lot, and it just seems like it's off a little bit. The blade seems off and not as sharp. But I went to replace the blade today and sliced my finger. Like jabbed the blade in my finger and then sliced at the same time. So I actually thought I was going to need stitches, but the bleeding seems to have stopped. But it went in like the full depth of the blade and then went along my finger about an inch. So that was fun. I took everything down the other day, and it's all sitting here. It's all sitting here in my living room. My paper play sets are all in there. Paintings and stuff I think are in there. My banner, the big rod thing, there's my pegboard. And then in here, these are the pop-up cards. This is how I'm packaging those in a nice little bag with my business card on there. So there's 2 that I've made so far, and they fit nice in the bags. There's my little cards. My picture frames are in here for now, just wrapped in like one little piece of tissue. And I have my bags. I have my tree ornaments there. I put in an extra thing of tissue just so I can wrap the frames properly or put some tissue in the bag like a gift. I have my tablecloth in there that's all ironed. Of course, I took the time to iron everything and then jabbed it into these boxes. This little easel I showed you guys the other day that stands open like that. I stuck my little square sticker on there. I got my book. I have my extra square thing that they ended up sending me 2. Got my waste bag in there. What else? Here's all my bags that I had stamped. These are all my clothespins, my mini clothespins, my pegs, my S hooks, my other clothespins, my chalkboard signs, my easels. These are extra tacks for my bulletin board that's right here. This is my backdrop stuff in here in the little bag that it had come in. So yeah, it's all pretty much contained here. And I'll just show you. Oop, that was the frames. That was not the smartest move. So here's my table. And this is the little cart that I have it on. So I just kind of ran the bungee cords through it. So I can kind of like lift it up if I have to get in the doorway, and then I can just roll it down the hall. Scott was like, is that really necessary to buy? And I'm like, well, do you want to carry the table? Okay, back to gluing. My Scan and Cut mat, I've only had it, 2 weeks now, and this is what a mat in my house looks like after a couple weeks. It's completely dead. This sticker paper from Cricut is lovely. I really like it. It is a matte papery feel to it. I wish it kind of had a gloss to it, but it's fine. It doesn't. And I put all my stickers in this little tray. Remember this tray from day 1? I've put them all in little plastic bags. I'm slowly killing the planet. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. But because they're out of a soft paper, I don't want people manhandling them that day and touching them. And I was going to make a I think I threw it out already. I was going to make a little card to go with the top and pin it to each thing. And I was like, you know what? Let's just stick them in a little baggie. That way they're protected, and then we don't have to worry about people's messy hands. I've done my little pineapple robot baby. I'll just show you some. My Brady Bunch. I've done Washington with a little heart there. I did the Pikes Market. I grabbed that from my Seattle thing. I have an ice cream. I've got Mickey and Minnie. I have a rainbow. I have Bigfoot that I made. So there's quite a few in here. I've done some different styles. That sound was not the bones breaking in my hand. It was me punching this little medallion thing out for the cards that I'm making. And I'm just getting ready to go out. Kerrigan and I are meeting Scott at the hotel, and tonight is the Festival of Trees. So there's all these trees that are decorated and then donated. So there's a big gala tonight. I did my nails. Shocking. It's a little red. The great thing about my scan and cut, which is going on right now, is I can do that punch and then I can put, oh my god, the nails, sorry about the nails. I can put it onto white paper and then use my scan and cut to fussy cut all around the edges, which is awesome. I just finished one of my tri-shutter cards. I showed you the other day, but I just finished that one. So what I'm doing with these, because they're packaged, the people can't see what they look like when they're opened up. So I am going to have a sample. I have one that's just a little crooked. No one else is going to notice it, but I am. So I kind of sacrificed that card and I put it as a sample. But what I'm doing is I laid out just a piece of the display board from when, you know, you do like a project or whatever. So all I'm doing is laying the card open like this and standing up over top of it and taking a picture. So that way, if I put a little photo in the back, then people can see what it looks like when it's opened up. And then that way we don't have to open up the packages and get the cards all messed up. Cleared out the living room. I have the big wagon in here. I've got a big box. My table's here. And I grabbed that out of the garage. It's like shopping cart thingy I got at IKEA a while back. So that's filled with stuff. Two things that are in there are two more things that I bought. I gotta stop. One is a tiny little dish rack. It's the cutest thing, and it's small enough that I thought it would be cute for my smaller watercolor paintings. The other thing I got was this tiny little cash box. It's so cute, and it has a key that you can close it and lock it up with, and I thought that it would be good as backup for my waste bag. If I have like extra money, I can keep it in my waste bag and keep it on me. If I'm making, you know, a few sales, I can keep that on me, but then just keep some, you know, like decoy cash in my cash box and have that kind of like out by my table or whatever, and then make change and stuff for people out of that, but have most of the cash on me in my waste bag. Morning, guys. Oh, I got some major anxiety going on. I am so nervous about this craft show, and it's to the point where I'm like, I just want to cancel the whole thing. Oh, I'm like dealing with self-doubt. So I think what I'm going to do today is work on this video and edit more of it and just not paint, because I don't think I'm going to have great results because I'm just really nervous and just a hot mess. Hey guys, it's later in the day, and I'm still feeling anxious. I don't know what's wrong with me. I ended up going wandering around the stores today and didn't buy anything, but I was trying to get ideas for Christmas gifts for my husband, and yeah, I didn't do any of my stuff. I did edit this video up until this point, and I think just looking back at my hard work and all the stuff I've done helped a little bit, not that much. I'm actually going out with a group of friends tonight knitting. We meet every Tuesday night. So I'm going to go out with them and just get my mind off of all the stuff that's on the floor behind me. I talked to my daughter Kerrigan, and she's agreed to come with me Saturday, and I think that's going to help. My sister said, take her with you, and I think it'd just be comfort for me to have her with me and to be there to help and to just not be completely alone. Morning, guys. It is 4:59 a.m. on Wednesday. I had a much better sleep last night. I went out with my knitting friends and we had a great time, and I think that's what I needed. I needed to get out of my craft room and just go do something kind of mindless. All right, this is it. It's the night before. I have the folding wagon in the back, my red cart thing. I have the picture frames in there, my tablecloths. I got the greenery. I got the trees down from where our Christmas stuff is in the garage. And then I fit everything else in the trunk. So I'm just in the family room now with my little book and my bag of like money and pencils and all that kind of stuff. And I'm just going over that with Scott. He's just reading it out and I'm saying yay or nay if I have it. He just said camera, so I had to come get the camera and get that charged. So I figured I would come out and show you the car. Okay, so we came right at 7 o'clock. It's 8:30 at this point. The table is pretty much set up. I'm trying to figure out if I should put the garland and berries up top. So those are on the floor. We've got everything fairly neat under the table. We're here on the corner. And this is the setup at this point. So this is how it looked. But the one thing I forgot to do was do one more table setup. I took my table down at home too soon, and I should have left it up so that I could have seen where I was going to put the extra product that I did. I got our price list on the back here. I still got to do another rack of pins. But yeah, I think it's looking pretty good. So yeah, and we got our tree over here on the end with the ornaments. Totally forgot to get a sign for that, so I should have got some more of these little chalkboard signs, but it's all good. I got my price list out there. And here's Miss Kerrigan helping. What kind of videographer are you?
What do you mean? This is great.
Okay. So it's almost noon. The thing started at 9, and we're doing good. One lady just bought 2 of my Seattle things, 4 tree ornaments, and a storybook paper playset, and sold 5 pins to another lady. The only thing I did wrong with my pins is I didn't have enough room on the table to display all of them. So, yeah, but it's going good. I have a couple samples of my storybooks laying out on the table, and a few people have opened them right up and the pieces went flying, but that's okay. It's working out good. I'm working on some little mini paintings while I sit here, so it's giving me something to do besides talk to this one. But yeah, it's a good crowd. It's kind of slowed down. I think people have taken off for lunch, and then I'm assuming there's going to be another bit of a crowd maybe after lunch. It's a little bit of everything. And then if people come up close, they can see that I'm painting and working on these right here. So the stickers worked better in a basket. These work good here because people can file through them. This, a friend of mine came by, she said I should have put photographs in that. Totally agree with that. Someone said I should have did a Harry Potter of those. But yeah, things are working, things are selling, and I did not have a sign for my tree ornaments, so that was dumb too. But anyway, it's all good. We just got lunch delivered. Kerrigan's very excited. So inside you get, it's potbelly. They just came around. So Tanya, turkey, no cheese. So we got chips, oatmeal chocolate chip cookie, one of my favorites, and then a turkey sandwich. Very excited. We're very excited about food. It's, is it just noon now? My square thing on my phone is working out awesome. It's 12:08. What are you doing here? Why is she home? Did you know she was going home? Oh my god, what's going on? Okay, so at my table, the show is about to stop, and look who just showed up. She came home from university to surprise us. Her friend was coming home, so she came home. Oh my god, she just like walked in. That freaked me out. Here's Kerrigan. Jeannie, do you want to be on YouTube? Hi! It's Kerrigan's friend Jeannie. We don't have a chair for her, so she sits on the floor.
She's been here the whole time?
Yeah, no, just showed up. So, the show is about to end. I did pretty good. I still have a lot left that's going to be sold on my Etsy shop and my website. So, you can tune in for that. I'll tell you how I did when I get home and get all this stuff put away. All right, and my lamp burn out. Oh, holy crap. These are LED lights. What a difference. Oh my god, I gotta switch this lamp. Okay, so the craft show went pretty good. I ended up making a total of, minus my float that I had a $50 float, I made $400. Okay, we have a bit of a recount. So I did make back, I think, pretty close to what I had spent on stuff, I think. I'll probably have it written down here so you can see it. We got there at 7 o'clock and Scott dropped us off and helped us take the stuff in. And then, geez, I don't remember saying goodbye to him. Oops. It took us from 7 o'clock until 8:30 or so, and the doors opened at 9 for the people to come in. It was a little bit busy at 9, a little bit busy at 10, but the busiest time was 11 o'clock. And it was great having Kerrigan there. She kept track of my little book and checking things off. There was a couple things we might have missed, just details, like which exact sticker was it. I think we did pretty good with it, though. I ended up using my cash box and not the waste bag. I ended up putting that back in my bag. Everything was pretty good. My paintings did not sell. The paintings in the frames or the paintings. I had mini paintings. I sold a couple of those and a couple of the watercolor paintings. But for the most part, people really liked my Seattle pop-up city, my little pop-up cards, my round tree ornaments, and my paper play sets. So those were a big hit, and I think it was just because it was something different. There was a lot of jewelry at the show. There was a lot of sign people and soap people, and like knitting stuff. So I think the most popular thing there was jewelry, it seemed. But everyone was great. They were so polite. They were like, oh my god, your stuff is so unique, and they couldn't get over the fact that I drew all the stuff, and everyone loved my style and just thought everything was really cool. So it was all very positive. You heard a couple people walk by the tree and say about the ornaments, they're like, oh, it's just circles. Oh, you can make that. And then Kerrigan whispered to me, try it. Because I did a craft thing at my sister's one time, and I taught them all how to make the round circle ornaments, and Kerrigan's like, those are hard to make. Like, they look easy to make, but they're really not that easy to make. I used a couple of my great big bags that I had with the handles, so I was glad I had those, and used the little ones and the other ones that I had, so those were good. The only things that were wrong, the rack that I had my pins on, the pins kind of would fall off the little S hooks and go flying, so I just need a better thing for that. The pins actually sold okay, and my stickers, those were good too. What else? The things that didn't sell, the double tri-shutter cards, I think I only sold one of those. The stickers, I ended up putting those in a basket, and then people would rifle through them. They seem to like doing that. As they're looking at them, they didn't get to see them all because they were down in a basket. So I might have a bigger, wider, flatter basket for those next time. The pegboard was pretty good for the paper play sets because it looked like a little store and it was kind of cool, but some people would go to pull it off and pull the entire peg out. I forgot to tape those down. So that was a little bit of a boo-boo. I was on a corner. It would have been nice to have another little extra table there and I could have spread things out a little bit more, but I think it was good. And you get the drifters. I call them drifters. The people that just kind of go by, but it's like they wait till there's a crowd in front of your table. And then they just kind of walk by and look over people's shoulders to see. It's like they're too shy to come up to your table. For the most part, I would just sit behind the table and I had my watercolor there and I'd be working on something and someone would come up and they're like, oh, you're working on those now? And I said, yeah. And I said, I have some available in the front. And they think they were really cute. I was just painting the little gnomes, and they were really sweet, but no one was buying them. I had them at $10, so I kind of think maybe I should have had them at $5. I don't know. It's one of those things like, do you keep it at 10 and don't sell any, or keep them at 5 and possibly sell some? But I don't know. So I did sell some of the mini paintings, but I think I would have lowered my price just right then and there because the gnomes I was painting really fast. The ones like the Disney ones I do, when it's like more of a detailed thing, like it's something from Epcot or the Haunted Mansion or something, those do take me longer. So I didn't want to lower those prices and have a bunch of them saying, well, these ones are $10 and these ones are $5. And so I just left them all at 10 and crossed my fingers. I do sell those for $13 on my site, on Etsy and on my website, but I kept them at 10 because my price points were $5, $10, $20, and $30. And it was just easy for people to hand over a $20 bill. I did run out of change at one point because so many people kept paying with $20 bills, so it was hard to make some change. I used my Square thing, so I did about $200 in cash sales and $200 with the Square thing. So the Square thing was worth it. I had some people come up and you're kind of thinking, yeah, you're not even interested in anything. And I thought that about one woman. She bought 4 tree ornaments, 2 of the pop-up Seattle things, a paper playset. Like, the woman spent $70. It was awesome. So you just never know who's going to buy. The lady at the end came up to me and she goes, oh, I see you have holiday things. And I said, yeah. She said, do you have St. Patrick's Day? And I'm like, nope. And she was really sweet though. She's like, I just got off work. I'm going to run around really quick and then I'm going to come back. And she came back and bought 6 of my pins. So it was like, poof, $30 sale right there at the very end. So it was great. And the amazing thing was the last 10 minutes of the sale, I turned around and my daughter from university showed up. And I was like, what are you doing here? And my husband knew. He's known for a week that she was coming home. A friend of hers that she knows up in BC, she went to visit her friends at UBC yesterday, and one of them was getting a drive home with her dad, so she hitched a ride, and she's here until Tuesday, so it's awesome. She's going to get to decorate the house with us for Christmas. It was just like, oh my god, I just like grabbed onto her, and I was like, come see my table. So it was a really fun way to end a fun day, and it was so great having Kerrigan with me there all day. I really needed someone with me. It just helps, and when you're trying to make a sale, and she would help make the change, or she would put the stuff in a bag for me. So it was great. But right now everything is still piled in the car and a hot mess because it was me and Bryn and Kerrigan and one of Kerrigan's friends, and they were helping me take everything down. So stuff is just thrown in boxes. It's a hot mess. So what I'm going to do is, once I get things organized, once Bryn goes back to university on Tuesday, I'm going to take all my stuff and take photos of things or whatever and list some stuff in my Etsy shop and on my website and sell some of the things that didn't sell. At least I made back what I put into it. I made back my table fee and I made back the cost that I spent on everything. So at least I now have some cash to go get Scott a Christmas present that I'm trying to get for him without putting on the credit card because I don't want him to see where I'm buying his present. It was fun to put myself out there and hear people's feedback, and it was all very positive. It was really great. So I would definitely do it again. And at this point, I have a lot of my inventory already made. and I have like all my staging stuff. So it's great. Like I said, I would change the way I did my pins. I would do the peg board a little bit different. Just anchor them down, just tape them. I had the tape, I just totally forgot to do it. This is the end of the video. It's been 2 months exactly, because I did this. I started October 1st, and today is December 1st. So now I'm going to switch gears and go do Vlogmas on my vlogging channel, my Little Pink Cottage, so you can tune in for those videos, and please like and subscribe over there as well. And I reached 25,000 subscribers this past week, so I adore you guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for all your support over these years of me doing this channel. I want to do some fun things in the new year and some more videos and Project Life and everything. I was just very busy with this, as you saw. So thank you so much, guys, and I hope you like this video. Please give it a thumbs up. Please like and subscribe, and I'll be back with some more videos soon. All right, take care, guys. See ya.